All right. Positive energy all the time. Yeah, rep your city, Facebook. I am representing Chicago, Illinois. Kick. I'm representing Chicago. Twitch. I'm representing Chicago. YouTube. I am representing Chicago, aka the Windy City, and my other Facebook account. Salute from the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. We got Oakland in the building. Salute to my brother Ogun. We got ATL in the building. Yeah, we got ATL in the building. We got the beautiful city of Los Angeles in the building. Come on in, come on in. Rep your city, rep your city. New Orleans in the building all day. Oakland in the building all day. 8th Ward all day. I sit alone in my four-corner room staring at candles. Yeah, we're going to get it going. I was listening to some Scarface and Ghetto Boys from Texas today. Tonight I Can't Sleep. That's one of the best rap songs I ever made. Yeah, that's one of the best. That's one of the best. The beat. That's like one of the classics. If that's not in the top 25 classics, something wrong. Boy, what a song. The beat, everything. Bushwick Bill's verse. Man, that's on fire. That's on fire. Shout out to everybody though down in the NO. Even though Luke was first, I say the Ghetto Boys was the first in the South. I'm going to be honest. I got to give that to Luke. I got to give it to Luke. They overlooked Luke. And maybe I need to do a live on that. But think about this, New Orleans. They overlooked Luke, right? Luke pop, that Coochie, pop, pop. So they overlooked Luke, right? Hey, check it out, bro. They overlooked Luke, right? But here's the thing. When you look at Sexy Red in the music now, they're going to have to give Luke his props. Because even though what he was doing never really popped that type of music, he had it pop. But even though they went on all different type of hip-hop, they back to Luke right now. They back on Luke. So it's like, hey, we're going to have to give Luke his props. Hey, think about it. They never gave Luke his props because that kind of music didn't really take off. But Luke started all the music they doing today. East Texas in the building. Luke started everything they doing today. The women, you know what I'm saying? They're going to have to give Luke his flowers. That came full circle. Yeah, it came full circle. OH10 in the building. East Texas in the building. Yeah, it came full circle. We got to give Luke his flowers. Now, I had to think about it. New Orleans A4. You know why I hesitated? Because I had to be honest. Because Luke had one video, and he had this sister in the video with the best looking body I had seen. And no matter what room I was on, when that video would come on, I would go look at that video. She was thicker than all the other ladies in his video. She was fine. Y'all remember that really chocolate one with the real nice butt? She was fine, fine, fine. Remember, he had a bunch of women, but he had one. She would always be dancing. Hey, she would always be dancing on the right side of the screen when you looking. Am I lying? She would always be on the right side of the TV. And man, I'm telling you, call me creepy or whatever. Man, I loved seeing that lady. I loved the Luke video when it came on. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I'm gonna keep it honest. That was one of my favorite videos, just to look at her. Because that's before they was pushing thick women. They wasn't pushing, rear ends like they are now. Luke the first one to push rear ends. Luke the first one to push booty popping music. Like Luke, shoot. I never would have thought that New Orleans, if you didn't say nothing, I would have never thought about that. I'd be processing before I talk. So when you said something, I thought. And you like, Luke was first. And once you said Luke was first, hey, New Orleans, you said Luke was first. You see how I hesitated? I was like, oh, yeah, Luke. Doodoo Brown. I was like, oh, yeah, Luke. Then I started thinking, well, dang, Megan Thee Stallion and all them, they doing Luke. So I'm like, you know what? Hey, bro, I'm like, you know what? Luke is the man. Hey, I'm going to do a whole live on that. Because one reason I'm over here, I like to document stuff. So since you said that, I'm finna document Luke and the music today because it needs to be documented. Yep, I'm finna document that. Because I never thought about that. That's how I be coming up with my content. My content be real. Yeah. But I didn't ever think about that. Like Luke, when you look at all the different hip hop, we backed on Luke again. That's crazy. The rap music that went back to Luke. That's crazy. As a matter of fact, Luke got a lot to do with us liking Trina. When I think about it, because that was Trina's claim to fame too, her body. And she was from down there. When you think about it. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Yeah, but Luke, shout out to my man Luke. Luke is a pioneer. Oh, I tell you something else. The main reason I hold Luke on super duper high regards. Because when Professor Griff said that stuff about the Israelis, and Chuck D kicked them out of Public Enemy, guess who produced Professor Griff's solo projects? Luke. I wish I had my CDs. Yes. Luke, when they kicked Professor Griff out of Public Enemy, all of them CDs that Griff dropped, which was fire, he don't get no props, was produced by Luke's record label. I remember buying Griff stuff and saying, oh, Luke produced this? So Luke always been pro-black. He took Griff when the whole world was against Griff. Luke produced On My Soul. I need to see if I could get Luke to come over here. I need to, Luke, I know my channel's small, but come over here. I need to holler at you. Luke is the man. I still like watching Luke talk. I like Luke. Yeah, I like Luke. I like Luke. Luke is the man. But tonight I'm talking about Nicki Minaj's MAGA. Cause oh, and Luke fought for freedom of speech and rap. Sure did. We wouldn't have been able to say none of this stuff. He really paved the way for NWA and all of them. Sure did. Went to the Supreme Court. Sure did. Sure did. Luke is the man. Luke is the man. Always have been. But man, he had one black woman that was something else. I kid you not. I kid you not. Luke was the man. Luke is the man. Yeah, Luke is the man. Yes, he is. Yeah, Luke is the man. Luke is the man. He's done a lot for the culture. A lot. A lot. For the culture. Luke showed love to the South when you know what I'm saying? Luke showed love, but you know what? Luke is crazy because nobody really considered Luke from the South. Ain't that crazy? Because it's like Miami, right? Like Miami was like its own country. You know? It was like Miami is his own country. You ever notice that? Maybe because Miami is the East Coast too. So maybe Miami is the East Coast and the South. Because he never was looked at as the South. Yeah, it's the South, but April, but they never pushed him like he represented the South. They always just pushed him. They just pushed him Miami. You know? It's probably because it didn't have that Southern sound to it. He wasn't rapping like the South, like the Ghetto Boys. You could tell they was from Texas. You could tell. So they got all the props for the South. You know what I'm saying? Everybody look at the Ghetto Boys as the ones. Plus, a lot of people didn't consider Luke rap. Yeah, Miami was a little different because Miami had a lot of Miami had a lot of immigrants. Lucas Panamania. Miami had a lot of immigrants. So that's why Miami kind of looked like that. Miami had a lot of Haitians, Jamaicans, Trinidadians, you know, people from Panama, people from Cuba. You feel me? So he wasn't really rapping. He was like, Trump. It was like it wasn't really rap music. It was sometime when the group would be there, but his main songs he wouldn't be rapping. He would just be doo doo brown, pop that coochie pop. So that's probably why he didn't really, that was like his biggest song. The other guys used to do the rap. Yeah, he from the Bahamas. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the brothers and sisters from the Bahamas. I like Luke though. I like Luke. That's my man. Cause he from the Bahamas, but he the only one. He the only one that he the only one that helped Professor Griff. You know what I mean? But tonight I'm talking about Nicki Minaj. Now, people been like talking against Nicki Minaj. I don't know what's going on. They've been talking against Nicki, talking against Nicki. They got a petition to deport Nicki Minaj. So I'm like, deport Nicki Minaj for what? For what? Why they want to deport Nicki Minaj? Do anybody know why they want to deport Nicki? Why is there a petition to deport Nicki Minaj? Does anybody know? Can anybody bring me up to speed on that? Somebody in the chat, tell me what's up with that. Because I'm confused. Does anybody know? You think the MAGA interview speech she gave? So you think because she spoke up for MAGA, people like, okay, Trump, you deporting everybody else, deport Nicki? Is that why? People think she tasteless for talking about Cardi B's kids. They beefing though. They beefing. So people was mad about the interview she did with Charlie Kirk's widow. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. But Trump is on Charlie Kirk's side. So make some sense. Okay, so Trump is on Charlie Kirk's side. She up there with Charlie Kirk's widow. What make them think they're going to deport her? Right. If she's speaking favorably about the president, that's the part I'm confused. If she's speaking favorably about the president, what make me think I could tell the president to deport somebody that's speaking favorably? That's why I'm confused. Do that make sense? Listen, y'all, do that make any sense? Does that make any sense? That she's speaking on the side of the president, because the president is on Charlie Kirk and his wife's side. She go and talk to the lady that's on Trump's side, and you talk about deport her. Right. I can understand they gonna call her a tether. They wrong. 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 I'm FBA, but all you FBA that's hating on Nicki, you all are wrong. Wrong. You all are wrong. Nicki did exactly what Nicki should have did. That's why I'm the realest alive. You know, the rules change depending on the game. Let me ask y'all a question. If you was a big recording star and you was from Trinidad and your husband was illegal for some scrupulous shit, right? You wouldn't suck up to Trump to not get deported? Which one of y'all wouldn't try not to get deported? Because me, if I'm a Trinidadian and my wife is in trouble like her husband, I'm dead up there with Charlie Kirk's wife. Big Pharaoh, Big Daryl, Big Pharaoh. Hey, listen. If I'm any type of foreigner right now, right, and ICE is everywhere, I got on a big ass MAGA shirt. I got Trump. I got Go Trump. Listen, if I'm from Nigeria, Africa, anywhere right now, and ICE is out here, I got on the shirt say Trump is the best ever in the whole world. My hat say Super MAGA. My hat say Super MAGA, because she from Trinidad. She trying not to get deported. Now, let me ask you something. Y'all don't know she trying not to get deported? What we doing? Listen, just answer this question. Y'all pretending that y'all don't know she trying not to get deported? Because I know the guy. I know what she doing. I know exactly what she doing. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what Nicki is doing. I ain't got no problem with it. You know, when you bullshitting, I'm with it. And she's bullshitting. I'm with it though, but she got a legitimate reason. She got a legitimate reason. She don't got a legitimate reason, and she a Trinidadian, and ICE is everywhere. A tether, you want to know what a tether is? She's not a tether. A tether is somebody that connects themselves with your culture for their own gain, but don't really like you. Right? So they come to the country only to get benefits, right? To get ahead and connect themselves to foundational Black Americans, right? In order to get ahead. Nicki Minaj been here in New York anyway, probably from her family. Right? Probably from her family. Right? She was in New York. She's a rapper. She been rapping. She didn't become a rapper to be a tether. You got to really know how to rap. You got to really know how to rap. You can't be a rapping tether. You got to know how to rap. So when I seen her, she was just a rapper. When I first heard about Nicki Minaj, she was a rapper out of New York. When she became a tether. So that's how she tethered, by rapping? Stop. You can't just learn how to rap. You just can't rap good because you're a tether. You got to really be able to rap good. She's a rapper. They just calling anybody a tether. How the hell she's a damn tether? What the hell? So she actually used to speak against Trump. Exactly. She used to speak against Trump until the ICE showed up and started deporting everybody. I would have too. I would have been, yeah, Trump ain't no good. It's the Democrats. Go. They say ICE is here. Oh, I'm from Trinidad. MAGA. MAGA. Trump. I would have flip-flop. I would, wop. I would have flip-flop. I know I would have flip-flop. I'm the realest alive. Flip-flop or get deported. Flip to the flop. Flip to the flop. Flippity floppity flippity. I'm going to tell you straight up. If I'm from Trinidad right now in this environment, if I'm from anywhere, if I'm from Africa or anywhere, it's Trump. It's Trump. I love Trump. Yeah. Yes. If I'm any type. No, a tether is not generate. Well, a tether is somebody to connect. So you can't be born here and just connecting and just be a tether. They just Tyreek is not pushing that. So like when Tyreek is talking about tethers, he's talking about real tethers. And then a lot of the people don't pay attention. They just take it and they just call everybody a tether. He's not calling everybody a tether. So a lot of that's just people. You know how people are. But tether is something specific. People take it and just calling anybody a tether. You from Nigeria, you's a tether. You from Ghana, you a tether. You from anywhere, you black from anywhere, you a tether. That's not a tether. That's not a tether. But other black people never connected with their black brothers and sisters, so that's what you get in Cracker Jack. So all you black immigrants, yeah, you're gonna get called tethers. That's y'all fault that y'all tethers, because y'all was some black separatists. You never came in to try to help foundational black Americans. You came in from Nigeria, you came from everywhere, and you separated yourself. Nigerians are definitely tethers. 1,000,000,000%. They don't even like us. But they get black benefits. That's a tether. When you black, when it benefits you, but if it means helping me, you're not black. Yeah, that's a goddamn tether. You come over here, you get benefits as a black person. When it benefits you, you black. When it don't benefit you, you Ghanaian. You Nigerian. You Jamaican. So you pick when you want to be black and when you want to be an immigrant. Yes, that's what black immigrants do. Black immigrants are full of shit. As a foundational Black American, Black immigrants are full of shit. This the question. What are we going to lose if they threw you all out? Listen, we should lose something, right? If you are Black brothers and sisters, if they deport you, we should lose something, shouldn't we? Shouldn't we? If you're a good brother and sister, if they deport you, we should lose something. Guess what we lose when they throw you out? We don't lose nothing because you don't fuck with us. Africans don't fuck with us at all. None of them. They don't. Blacks come here. Listen, we have an upper class of Blacks. Africans come here and teach about the gangs and stuff. They don't try to connect with the upper class Blacks either. They use the Blacks that get in trouble and the Blacks that go to jail as an example of all Black Americans. So they don't come, they don't go to our churches with the church Christian Blacks. They ain't doing all that, right? So if you came from Africa and you didn't want to deal with Blacks because you don't want your kids getting in crime, why wouldn't you go to Black churches? Why don't you join our Black churches? Why don't you join our Black bowling teams? Why don't your kids play our Black sports and play? Why don't you move somewhere where they could play baseball with our sons and basketball with our sons? No, but all of a sudden when your son grows and he's 6'5", now you want him to play basketball with us. Now you want to send him to college to play basketball. Now he's Elijah Wan. But other than that, they're not. And the Jamaicans and Belizeans, they mingle, but nobody is integrated with us. Not even the Jamaicans and Belizeans. They're cool, but nobody have integrated with us. If you look at the Black Nigerian man, he getting our women pregnant. Are we getting his women pregnant? Just keep it real. Here in the United States, Nigerian men are coming here and getting Black American women pregnant. Are we allowed to get Nigerian women pregnant? Yes or no? No. Absolutely not. There's absolutely not. Their women is kept off over here, but they run behind our women. In fact, that's a tether. Somebody that want to sleep with your women, but you can't sleep with theirs. That's not a brother, that's a tether. What else is it? So when we don't have no relationship with you, yeah, we hate you. Duh. Bye. You know what I'm saying? Get out. Why wouldn't we want you to get out? What do we benefit? What have Black Africans brought to us? Name one benefit from Black Africans and Black Caribbeans to foundational Black America. Name one. Name one benefit. Name one benefit that we get from our Black brothers and sisters from Africa or the Caribbean. Wait. That is their fault that they are isolated. That's their fault. That is the Black immigrants' fault that they out on the island. And let me tell you something. Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all don't think white America know that? Y'all don't think they could see the Africans look. They don't even mess with their own black people. Y'all don't think they see y'all? White America know that black immigrants are some haters. Everybody see you. Everybody sees you. You've come to a country and you've taught separation. You taught the rest of the world that there is no international black people. That's what Africans and Caribbeans have done. But when white people come here, they just white. They don't separate from white Americans. Them white South Africans they brought over here, they're gonna mingle right with white Americans. Facts. And they all just gonna be white. They ain't gonna be like, no, I'm a white South African. They're not gonna do that. They be like, I'm a white man. And what they gonna say they are? They ain't gonna call the white man no Ferengi and all of this shit Africans call us. Man, them Nigerians got all kind of names for black Americans. You should see what they call us. Because you got to understand, Africans don't even fuck with Africans. So they suck anyway. See what I'm saying? Anytime y'all don't even like each other in Africa, you know damn well you ain't gonna like me. Africans don't even mess with each other in Africa. Look at all them black people in Africa. They can't do shit because they don't get along. So of course they some haters and some separatists. Tribal, they on some tribal shit. Sometimes I'll get in the elevator with some Africans, they will not speak. I have to speak first. And when they speak, they act like it kill them. Other than that, they will not say, how you doing? I can get in the elevator with white people and they will speak. I can get in the elevator with a white man and he'll say, how you doing today? Happy New Year and shit. I get in the elevator with an African, he won't say nothing. Much respect, New Orleans. I'm just saying it for real. Now, I got African friends and shit. I got Caribbean friends. But being a Rasta in the Rasta movement and not all the reggae, hey man, them Jamaicans was stank as hell. It was some cool Jamaicans. But out of 100% of Jamaicans, only about 20%, 25% be cool. The other was like, no man, me a yard man, me a big yard man, me a yard man. And you're supposed to be a Rasta. That's how Jamaicans destroy Rasta. Because they're supposed to be Rasta, we were supposed to be Africans. But when a lot of them Jamaicans came over here Rastas, they wasn't African. They were yard man. They was a Jamaican. So Peter Tosh said, no matter where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. A lot of them Jamaican Rastas didn't consider themselves African. How you a yard man? I thought you was African. So you want me to not be a Chicago dude. You want me to be an African, but you were still a Jamaican. That's why you start to see the Jamaican Rastas, they didn't have on the Ethiopian colors. What colors they always got on? The Jamaican colors. So you're out in Ja Rastafari, but you ain't got on Ethiopian colors. You got on the Jamaican colors. Phonies. You understand? So that's what the tether thing is all about. But Let's get back to Nicki Minaj. How is everybody mad at Nicki Minaj knowing she just trying not to get deported? When we ain't keeping it real no more. That ain't got nothing to do with her being a tether or none of that. We talking about something else. Why is she running around with Charlie Kirk's wife? Because she Trinidadian and her husband got in trouble for crimes that will get them both thrown out the country. I think he got some type of problems with children. Yes, she's scared of getting him and her getting deported. Yes, she's scared of getting deported. So I'm confused on why people don't understand what Nicki doing. What, she got to write and spell it out? She trying not to get deported under the Trump administration. I can't blame her. What I'm supposed to do? Hate on that? I ain't gonna hate on that. She trying to do what she's doing to stay. Yeah, they playing G-Rock. Yeah, to get you shipped. Yes, she's scared. You know she's scared. He in trouble for minors. She from Trinidad. Oh, you out of here. And where he from? Because he might not even be no foundational Black American either. Somebody look up where her husband, what is his nationality? Because I guarantee you, he probably got from somewhere. He probably from somewhere. Guarantee you. Because typically, they ain't going to marry no Black American. I don't believe she would marry no Black American. You know what I'm saying? How I'm going to be mad at her? She got a whole music career. She been here since she was a shorty. See what I'm saying? She trying to get Trump to get her a pass, to get ice off her back. I can't hate on her for that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said what I said about Nigerians, but if a Nigerian was trying to make whatever kind of move not to get deported, I'll still support that. I ain't no hater. You know what I'm saying? I'll still be like, bro, try not to get deported. I don't blame him. Nicki trying not to get deported. And one thing about me, I ain't no person that'll hate on you for doing something I would do. Nicki's husband is a Black American. Somebody look that up. Because he might act and walk and talk like a Black American, but where both his parents from? What's his name? Put his name in the chat. Because that got to be verified, though. I know this. She was against Trump. And y'all know how Trump is. Trump would have threw her ass out. Y'all know how Trump is. Trump would deport her. Trump would deport her. Look how Snoop flip-flop. Snoop scared, everybody scared of Trump. And they can't even deport Snoop. Snoop all on the song, F Donald Trump. Anybody perform for Donald Trump is a coon and sellout. Boom. A few years later, Snoop performing for Trump. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I swear to God. Before he get that belt to ass. Yeah, where he from, though? I don't know why she trusts him anyway. I don't trust no nigga last name Petty. But I don't trust no nigga named Petty. You know what I'm saying? What's your name, Petty? Man, what's your name, Patty? Kenneth Patty parents are American. Specifically, they are from Queens, New York, and Patty was born and raised. Okay, right. So they'll just throw her out. Yeah, they'll still throw her out. But I don't know if she married. I don't know. But she flip flop to get Trump protection. Oh, because Trump trying to make it where you can't get married to stay over here too. Yeah, Trump trying to reverse all that. Trump trying to reverse all that, having a baby over here being a citizen, getting married over here to get your citizenship. He trying to get rid of all that. Trump trying to be like, you either a citizen or you ain't. You can't come over and get married and be no citizen. We gonna reverse all that. And by her husband being convicted, they denied her citizenship. Yeah, because people was marrying for citizenship. But for sure, she's scared. She's scared. Y'all know that girl scared. He's trying to get rid of birthright citizenship. Yeah, they say you're American. That don't matter. She's scared. And then where her parents at? See? Where Nicki parents at? Because she might be trying to protect them. She might be trying to protect her parents. Her family that's over here. She from Trinidad, who she came over here with. All her family here, and they from Trinidad. All right, see? See? Out of here. Out of here. Her brother locked up for the same crime her husband. Oh, okay. Okay, see? See? Out of here. How she keep it? What's up with that? One of her parents back home. She's scared though. She's scared. Anytime you see somebody flip flop like that, you know she's scared. Y'all know that lady's scared. That lady's scared. She's scared to death. She's scared. She even looked scared at the thing. She didn't look scared at the thing. Man, she looked scared and confused. Uh, it's right over top of my head. What do you see written over top of my head? Michael, look over top of my head. What does it say? Her brother locked up for essay of an 11-year-old. Oh, man, yeah, she's scared. Yeah, she's scared. Yeah, she's scared. Dang, 11-year-old. Yeah, she's scared. Because America kind of place that they'll just throw all y'all out. They'll be like, yo, okay, your husband, your brother, okay, get out. Yeah, America's the kind of place to throw her out just because of the company she keeps. Yeah, sometime, yeah, America throw her out for that. Your husband and your brother, oh, get out. And you been dissing me? Because she been dissing Trump. She been dissing Trump. She's scared. She been dissing them, which was stupid anyway for an immigrant. An immigrant should stay out of politics. They shouldn't pick no side. You shouldn't pick no side. If you're an immigrant, just be quiet. You know what I'm saying? If I was an immigrant, I wouldn't say nothing political. I swear to God, I wouldn't say nothing political. I'd be off the political radar. I ain't gonna lie. She don't care about being deported. Okay. If you say so. Nicki a billionaire? Nicki ain't no damn billionaire. A lot of these people talking about they billionaires, this and that. They not that. They not. I guarantee you she ain't close to no billionaire. I guarantee you. I guarantee you she ain't nowhere close to no billionaire. You just talking, David. You don't know what you're talking about. You just talking. Ain't nobody flip-flop like that from dissing Trump to kissing Trump's ass unless they scared. You probably don't even know all the information. That girl was dogging Trump. She was talking about Trump like a dog. So you saying she just changed and she just saying it how it is. And last time she was talking, she wasn't saying how it is when she was dissing him. You don't know what you're talking about. Nicki worth for $150 million. He said she worth for almost $1 billion. Worth for $150 million mean guess what? She got about $10 million. She ain't got no damn money. Worth for $150 million. He said she almost got $1 billion. She said she almost got $1 billion. $150 million, worth $150 million does not mean cash. Worth $150 million does not mean worth $150 million. Who know about money? Y'all know about money? When they say you worth $150 million, you know you don't got $150 million, right? That lady ain't got no $150 million. Y'all know about that? Let's take a break. I guarantee you, no tours, no big records, right? Not selling like that. They count assets you haven't paid for yet, right? When you liquidate your property and all that stuff, and you pay off all your debts, you're broke. You're broke. When you pay off all your debt, when you liquidate everything, young people, listen to me. When you got these big mansions and these big cars and this expensive property, and maintenance money is going like this, right? When you stop making money like she ain't making shit now, you know how fast that money be gone? The money be gone. Where you from, David? The backwoods or somewhere? You talking to Big Pharaoh? We see it all the time. How many rich people we seen was broke and we didn't know it? How many Dame Dashers we didn't see? Y'all believe Rick Ross got some money? Rick Ross ain't got shit. Rick Ross is broke. But they're going to say he's worth this and that, which he's not. None of that liquor popped off. None of that shit popped off. No tours. Nothing. That big ass property, them property taxes, he's broke. All them Hollywood celebrities, big movie stars that they say worth this and that, they are broke. David ain't probably not from the U.S. What's his name? David Cousy? Yeah, he don't know it. He don't know about the United States. You can't Google nobody net worth. He said Google it. You can't Google nobody net. He believed you could Google and get the real net worth. Google work like this. They don't update that shit for how long? When they put in her net worth, how long ago was that and they put that in Google? Y'all believe they update that? He the same way. He said she worked for $1 billion with no big tours and money constantly going out and no money coming in. Yeah, they can tell them any number. Yeah. They don't have money like that. They don't understand that, G-Rock. Money go out and money be coming in. And when you got them type of expenses and you can't keep something happening, you go broke. You go broke. They don't understand how much lawn services is, how much electric bills is for them homes they be in. Look at Floyd. Floyd broke. Floyd Mayweather is flat ass broke. Looking for another exhibition fight right now. See? His net worth has been the exact same number for 15 years. Floyd Mayweather is flat ass broke right now. Flat broke. G-Rod, they don't understand the expenses of being rich. It's very expensive being rich. Listen, y'all. It's very expensive being rich. Very. Why you think Hugh Hefner stayed in hotels? That's why he stayed rich. He didn't buy all that expensive ass property and all that shit. You know what Rick Ross property taxes is a year for that land? He ain't doing no tours. So how you think he's sustaining money? And every year money disappearing, and not being replenished. Floyd had all them cars, 10 white ones, then next year 10 black ones, watches and shit everywhere. Look. Hold on. I might got the picture already. I don't got the picture. Look, when they come, right, and they check my net worth, I got all these watches, right? They gon' right? Watch this. Watch this. Let me show you a perfect example. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. When they come and they ask you your net worth, right? When they check your net worth, watch this. I'm going to put y'all up on some game. Watch this. When they come and they check your net worth, right? They take that stuff at face value. Okay? So if they come to Floyd Mayweather to check his net worth, right? Let me show you the perfect example. They're going to take all of this, right? Right? They're going to take all of this, right? Now, what they're going to do when they check his money, they're going to write down his value for every watch. So whatever his value is for every watch, that's what they're going to write down and add it to his net worth. But if he got to sell these watches, he not going to sell them for his value. They're going to sell for much less than what he values it as. You understand? So whatever he values all this as, right? Yeah, you trolling, bro. You trolling. You trolling. Stop trolling. Whatever he values this as, right, is not what it's really worth. When it's actually time to cash out, this ain't worth shit. I'll tell you something else too. Jay-Z will tell you this. Let's say you buy a Rolex in 1986. You buy two. You keep one exactly what it is in the box till now. The other one, you ice it out. Guess which one is worth the most money? The one that stays original. The one you iced out ain't worth shit. As a watch collector. So when you go and you ice out all this shit, it's junk. It's junk. Once you alter it, it's junk. It's junk, it's junk, it's junk. And nobody wants to buy it. On top of that, who you gonna sell it to? So now you got to drop the price because ain't nobody gonna buy it. It's one thing to say what it's worth. It's another thing to get somebody to give you the money. Yeah, I could say this worth 100,000, but dude gonna say, "I give you 30. I give you 30." For the young people, don't listen to nobody that's saying against what I'm saying. I'm 68 years old, and I've been here, and I've been watching Hollywood stars forever. Let me tell you a story. I was in Beverly Hills. I was parked here. There was an Avis rented car that had nothing but Bentleys. A friend was shopping on Rodeo Drive around the corner. I'm parked in the car waiting for them to come back. My windows down. One of these Hollywood tour buses pulled out. You know, they got the windows down. They got the mic, the thing. So the guy say, this house right here, and I don't remember the name, I'm going to give you an example. This house was owned by Rock Hudson. And then it was owned by Cary Grant. And then it was owned by Arnold Schwarzenegger. What that tell you? That tell you every last one of them lost it. And the only people making money is the realtor. The buyers are going broke. The buyers are going broke. From what Ross is saying, is he's trying to make it look like he still get money. So he's saying he invests in clubs and casinos, but you're a businessman. You know what the word investing means. And one thing about rappers lie. Rappers lie for a living. They rappers. I shot everybody, pulled out, boom, boom, right? So rappers are not really the people to believe. Like rappers, 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 you know. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah. So this is something you learn in America early. My father taught me that. This is what you learn when you deal with business and you deal with money. That things depreciate. And all these multimillionaires and stuff, the money be gone. Right. Yep. Floyd been making hundreds of 200 million. 50 Cent just said Floyd broke. Floyd is broke. Floyd Mayweather is broke and looking for an exhibition fight right now. Y'all really believe Floyd been fighting exhibition fights because he's straight? Floyd been tricking off money. Yes, he made money, but he spent it as fast as he could get it. Who remembers Floyd said he owned all them buildings in New York and found out he didn't own shit? He was doing a commercial for the people that really own it. And he was front trying to look like he was a big... Who remember that? Who remember that last year? Who remember last year when Floyd got in front of them buildings and said he bought all that property, and the realty company came out and said, no, he didn't. That's our shit. We just paying him to advertise. Who remember that? Who remember Floyd just lied last year, pretend he was a big realtor? Everybody know that jewelry depreciate and it's junk. Everybody know that. Everybody know that something's only got value if you could sell it. So no matter what you buy and what it's worth, if you can't sell it, what is worth? What is worth if you can't sell it? What is worth? Right. You know why? Because Floyd is broke and Mike is broke. Flat ass broke. Mike's supposed to be filthy rich. Floyd. Why they fight? Floyd is broke. The only way you can have money, you got to be like 50 Cent. You got to have money constantly coming in. You got to produce. You got to produce. You got to produce. You got to produce. All the big kingpins that sold illegal substances broke. Broke. It looked like a lot of money, right? It looked like a lot of money. Right? But it's not. It's for the young people. The more money you got in, okay, the more, listen, the only way you can keep money is you have to have money, make a lot of money, and downsize. That's it. That's the only way. If you're going to make money for a certain period of time and then it stops, you have to make that money and downsize. If you make that money and live according to that money's going to run out. So if you make a lot of money and you try to live like Floyd and Mike, you are going to be broke unless you can find more ways for more money to come in. Other than that, the money's going to be going out and no money's going to be coming in. This is what my father told me. He said, son, he said, when you're rich and you're making money, he said, you're making money and it's going like this. Right? Money's, right? And then he said, when you retire, it go like this. This is your bills. He said, when you're making money, this is your bills coming in. Now you're making money. But he said, when you stop making money, it go like this. It's still going. The money out is still going once you stop. And then it go, broke. My daddy taught me that. He said the machine of the money going out is going like this. And you're making money like this. It's going out like this. You stop making money like this, stop, but it's still going out. This is your total. These are our facts. You can't tell me nothing. To even discuss it with me, put your age in the chat. Period. Because this is back when we used to see like Sammy Davis Jr. doing Alka-Seltzer commercials. And my daddy said, you see why he doing Alka-Seltzer commercial? All that money Sammy made? My daddy said, you see, Sammy Davis Jr., go turn on the TV and watch all of the millionaires doing commercials. Made plenty money, made enough money to live the rest of their life. Why they doing commercials? Why they doing commercials? Why they doing commercials, bro? I'm not asking no. Bro, ask me something intelligent, bro. One fighter needs backup. He's too old to fight. And he's not back up because his expenses is too high. So he's got to sell them homes, right? He's got to sell them homes. Now, guess what? Guess what happens when it's time to sell a home, Justo? Don't nobody want it, right? So let's say you estimated you got this mansion that you could sell. Guess what? Nobody want it. Y'all do remember 50 Cent bought Mike Tyson's mansion, right? Could 50 sell it? No. 50 lost big money on Mike Tyson's mansion. Do y'all really know the history of these people? And why did Mike have to sell it to 50? And why did 50 want to sell it? And why couldn't 50 sell it? Listen. How long did it take to sell Michael Jordan's crib? They just sold it for, guess what? Hardly nothing, comparatively speaking. Michael Jordan's house sat on the market for a It took 12 years. It took 12 years to sell Michael Jordan's house. They wanted $29 million. They got $9 million. They wanted $29 million. They got $9 million. They wanted $29 million. Took 12 years. Nobody wanted it. It had to sell for $9 million. So if they estimated his worth and added that $29 million, how much is that a loss of his net worth? Because they added that to his net worth, right? They're going to say your net worth $29 million, $25 million, but it's only worth $9 million. Nobody bought it. So it lost money. You lost money. You lost money. What it sold for, it probably cost more to build it than what he got for it. If it wasn't for him still getting money with Air Jordan and all that, he'd be broke. He'd be broke. That's why I'm telling the smart people, listen to me. Don't listen to nobody in this chat. Listen to me. That's why you're watching me. People in the chat, they can't prove no authenticity of that they know a damn thing. Stop listening to people in the chat that you can't verify they know nothing. Not just that. Listen, Ice Rock, let me explain something to you. Don't nobody want your junk but you. It's not about what you do to it. It's about don't nobody want it. So when you buy it, you think it's the greatest thing in the world. But don't nobody else want it. So your value is based on do anybody even want it? That's the value of it. The value of it ain't what it's appraised for. The value is what you can actually sell it for. And if don't nobody want to buy this junk, it ain't worth shit. Young people, listen to me. The buyer determines the value, not the seller. The value is what it actually sells for, is the value. Y'all listen to me. So these people got all this stuff, but what the value they telling you ain't the real value. Nobody want Rick Ross' house. That house ain't worth shit. Y'all believe he can sell that? Rick can't sell that house. Rick cannot sell that house. So let me tell you about multimillionaires. Y'all want to learn the game? Let's say Rick put that on the put that for sale, that house for $30 million. You know what the rich people do? They just sit and wait. Nah, I pass. Just wait. The game is cold. They just wait. Nah. It dropped. 28, 26, 25. It's an ugly game out here. They're going to wait till that bad boy drop all the way down. Then they're going to snatch it up for pennies. Pennies on the dollar. They're not going to buy that. They know how the game goes. Nobody's going to buy that. Because when Rick bought it, he didn't know nothing about money. The billionaires know that house is a big piece of shit. They know that. They made that mistake before. They ain't making that mistake no more. They know that. The billionaires live in a nice, quiet house somewhere that don't cost hardly nothing. 100-some thousand. That's it. Got a nice $100,000 crib. Tucked off. They not buying no millions of dollars of all that. They not buying them big old yachts and shit. When you see a millionaire buy a big, something like that, that's because they got $1 trillion or something. But the multimillionaires and shit, they ain't buying that shit. They don't buy nothing. I be around millionaires. Millionaires don't buy shit. They lease. They don't buy nothing. My millionaire friends don't own a car at all. That car is leased. They ain't buying that shit. And their kids is driving like Toyotas and shit. If I took you and I drove past some of my millionaires' friends' houses, when you drive by, the cars you're going to see in the driveway, ain't no way you're going to think they're millionaires. Because their kids' cars is like regular little cars. You know why? They don't want nobody to know. They don't want their kids getting kidnapped and shit. They're not putting their son in no Lamborghini. They don't want nobody to know their kids is rich. They got their kids in regular cars. Facts. They got their kids in regular cars. They live in them upper class neighborhoods, but they're not living in no multi-million-dollar mansions. My one friend, he did that. But you know why they don't do that? Because my one friend did that. What happened? His wife divorced him, took half of everything. So now the younger white men, they know wife gonna try to take half. It's never their money. Yeah. Yeah, they don't buy nothing in their money like that. They have trust funds where they put money and stuff like that. But when you see a rich person like a Zuckerberg and stuff like that, and you see them with $1 million stuff, that's because they got a trillion. That's because they got a billion. So if they got $1 billion, they'll spend 10 million. But they got to have a billion. They won't spend no millions if they got millions. Hell no. Before they spend that kind of money, they got money forever. It's already it's already put in a trust. It's already making so much a year that's going to happen after they pass away. It's already guaranteed so much money's coming in. If they don't sell another thing, they got this many million coming in every year. If they don't never make another dollar, the ones that buy stuff and still got to make money, they lose it. Floyd still got to make money. He going to lose everything he got. You give it 10 years, Floyd going to be flat broke because he can't fight no more. Where he going to get the money at? By the time he get to fight with Tyson, he going to be in debt. That money going to have to go pay for bills that he need to be paying right now. So that money going to be gone before he get it. They don't buy shit like that. I can't get none of them on camera, but I know I'm talking about for fact. I just don't tell y'all all my business. My millionaire friends, they wear Dockers. They wear Dockers in them rubber watches that cost like $200. I mean, he got mad at me because I said, well, you got on that rubber watch. This is not just a rubber watch. I paid $350 for this, Pharaoh. What do you mean rubber watch? I'm insulted. I'm like, well, you know what I mean. You don't got your Rolex on. They got one Rolex, and they got that rubber-looking watch. And the only person got some jewelry is their wife. The men don't got no jewelry. Wedding ring and one nice watch. That's all he got. It ain't like the black dudes, all that shit the black dudes be buying. And I got friends that's jewelers. And guess what them chains is worth? All that stuff, them rappers, that shit ain't worth nothing. You didn't do nothing wrong. You didn't do nothing wrong, New Orleans. Listen, all them chains and stuff they be having on, that shit ain't worth nothing. That's a real jeweler. And it's not worth nothing. It's basically garbage. It ain't worth nothing. They can't get nothing for that shit. They can't get nothing for it. I'm telling you. Because it's custom and because it ain't worth nothing anyway, because nothing has any value only to the buyer. Young people, listen to me. All value is based on the buyer. So no matter what you got, the only value it got is what you can resell it for. That's it. So you can have 1,000 chains on. If ain't nobody gonna buy it, what it's worth? Nothing. This is the game, y'all. The game is not about what you got, it's about what you could sell it for. This is the hustler. I'm giving you the hustler game. This is the game. No matter what somebody tell you what something worth, you got to look up resale value, because that's what it's worth. It ain't worth what you bought it for. And even if it's 100% gold and diamonds, if you need money and nobody buy it, what you gonna do? Let's say I got some big real diamonds and real gold worth a lot of money. Let's say I got $10 million worth of jewelry. I got my house. I need to raise $1 million to save my house. And I say, I put my jewelry up and nobody buy none. I'm going to lose my house, right? Where's the guarantee somebody going to buy it? I'm teaching y'all real business. Where's the guarantee somebody going to buy it? I know what you say is worth, but show me the guarantee. Like I said, 50 couldn't get rid of Mike Tyson's house. People be having jewelry, can't sell it. Nothing. So you got to go to the pawn shop, they're going to rob you. Slim Thug is telling everybody all this. Slim Thug is saying everything I'm saying right now. Slim Thug is saying everything I'm saying right now. I be watching, dude. I'm giving them the game. All of these ballers end up broke. Every last one of them. Hey, if you think I'm lying, go to a car lot, buy $100,000 car, drive it off the car lot, turn around and go right back and ask them how much they'll give it for you. Listen, go buy $100,000 car or truck, drive it off the lot, just off the lot onto the street, right in front of the place, and turn right around and come back and ask them what they give. You're going to lose 30,000. 30,000 gone. 30, soon as it touched the street, 30,000 gone. That money gone. That car ain't worth shit. It ain't worth nothing. You paid 100, they'll give you 70. Fact, just drive out the lot on the street and go back and see the price. You'll trip out. 30 grand gone. It's instant depreciation. I'm telling y'all the facts. I'm telling y'all the facts. Y'all young people, listen. When you get some money, get you a nice, modest house, spend money on security, get some modest cars. Don't get no fancy cars. Do not look like you got no money. Look like you just middle class. Do not look like you got no money. Because if you look like you got some money, this was going to end up in the back of your head. I'm trying to tell them, I'm trying to tell them they should know Big Pharaoh. I'm trying to tell them without telling them my personal business. I'm not going to get on YouTube and tell my personal business. I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, listen to me and learn. I am broke. I don't have much money. Now, those that learn. Those that don't learn. I need you to tell everybody I'm broke and I ain't doing nothing. Thank you very much. I don't gotta die. I'm broke. I'm struggling. I didn't do well in life. On my soul. On my soul. Yeah, I'm broke. I didn't do well in life. I should have did better with my life. Yeah, Big Pharaoh is broke, struggling. It's hard out here. It's hard out here for a pimp. Yeah, I'm broke. I don't got nothing. I should have did better with my life. This don't make no sense. I should, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't got shit. Man, listen, I learned. I don't have nothing. The game is to be sold, not told. Listen, the game is to be sold, not told. The only time you want to show off a lot of money or look like you got a lot of money is if you're doing like 50 Cent and you need leverage for them to trust you for bigger businesses. Other than that, if you don't need leverage for biggest businesses, keep your business to yourself. Facts. Don't be going down here to the IRS telling them, I got a whole lot of money y'all can come take. Duh, nigga. Hey, all the crooks and kidnappers and people that hold people for ransom. I got a lot of money. Come grab me. You know what I'm saying? Shut your damn mouth. You wanna have the money. You don't want everybody to know you have it. The object is not for everybody to know you got money. The object is just to have money. This is where a lot of people make mistakes. They don't want to have money. They want everybody to see they got money. That's two different things. That's two different things. And in the early stages of getting money, if you show people you got money, they'll try to shut you down. You have to get to the point where 50 at. That's why for a long time 50 never said nothing about no money. He only doing it now because he in Shreveport, because he doing TV shows. So now he's got the liquor and all the sports arenas. So now, yes, it benefit him to show to watch. Yes, it benefit him because he's around billionaires and trillionaires. So now it pays for him to look like he got money. He's only showing money to make money. You understand? 50's only showing money to make money. It's a business move now. That's it. It's to put him in a position to get more money, put him in a position to get more loans and stuff like that. But if you pay attention, you ain't seen 50 show off a car yet. Remember I used to show off his cars? When the last time you seen 50 show his car? He ain't showing shit. He ain't even in his car. He jumping out of cars that people picking him up in. He ain't even in the, he ain't even be in his cars. He being in cars being driven by security. He riding around in bulletproofs for rent. He not showing nothing because he know he gonna lose money. He only show money if it's gonna make money. He will not show money just to show he got some money. That's marketing. These brothers get out here selling drugs and show money. Oh, okay, so you showing money to go to prison. I get it. Because you ain't going to make no money showing money. You're going to make money by being quiet and getting more product and selling it. How you going to make money with all these chain stuff around your neck? Make it make some sense. You ever been? You ever have money and go hang out with a lot of black dudes that got money? I'll tell you what I know. And you go to the jewelry store with two or three dudes, all y'all got a whole lot of money. And they go try on all these expensive watches. And they all pick out watches and they look at me and say, yeah, Ram, you need to get you on. I'm straight. Man, come on, man. Yeah, they all want me to get one. I'm good. I'm just hanging out. They don't try to flex on me. They flex on me. They flex on me. Yeah, flex on me. Flex on me. I don't flex. Yeah, flex on me. Because they can only flex on you if you give a damn. How you gonna flex on me when I don't give a fuck? You can't flex on me. You can only flex on somebody that's impressed. You can't flex on me. And listen, you cannot show me no expensive watch and make me feel the way. They all know that. They know you can't. If you make me feel away, I'd make you get out of it. All right, that's nice. Take it off. I said, yo, hey, I'm just saying, you don't want it to look too good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the one to do that with. How you like that, Ram? I like it a lot. Give it up. Make sure you don't tell. I'm just saying. I'm retired. You know what I'm saying? But everybody know around me, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. The only thing impressed me is a fat ass, some nice titties, and some good head. Now, that's impressive. You know what I'm saying? As far as a bunch of junk material stuff, it's cute. The jewelers hate me because I'm bad for business. I'm like, I ain't buying that. You sure, man? All your guys buying it. Hey, man, stop talking to me and take their money, man, and sell them that. They want that. I don't want that piece of shit. I got on silver. I don't want that, bro. I don't like expensive jewelry, and I don't like real expensive stuff. It make me paranoid. You know what I'm saying? I got rid of all that shit because I got tired of it just sitting in the safe, and I ain't comfortable wearing it. I'm not comfortable going in the jungle. I'm not comfortable going out around the tigers and lions and cheetahs with meat around my neck. So I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable looking rich around poor people. And I'll be uncomfortable. So I just got rid of my jewelry because I ain't going to wear it. I wasn't, you know. No, it ain't just, yeah, they be mad, but it's like I'm not comfortable with it. I be uncomfortable. I'm in Chicago. You can't just be outside with no watches and shit on out here. So I be uncomfortable. So if I take my woman out, I got an expensive ring, I got on big ass diamonds in my ear and stuff. She like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not having a good time. I got to keep my head on the swivel with all this shit on. Real talk. I can't go outside with that on. So what good is it? I can't never wear it. Wear it where? This Chicago. I cannot wear that shit. That's why I got rid of all of it. I said, this shit got to go. I'm tired of it just sitting there. I'm not comfortable with it on. Listen, I swear to God, when I be going outside on the street, I don't even wear this silver because criminals is stupid. Some fool to think this white gold on my soul. I take my earring out my ear. Listen, y'all don't know criminals. I don't want nothing to catch nobody eye. In fact, I don't want my car to catch your eye. I don't want nothing to catch nobody eye. I want to move under the radar. I don't want nobody to see me. I don't want to be seen. I just want to have the money. I just want to live good. I don't want to show off. I'm not buying it for nobody to see it. I'm getting money for me to be able to live good. I'm not getting money to go outside. Look, man, I'm living good. Look at my coat. Look at my shoes. Look at my car. No, hell no. No, that's a security threat. This is why, young people, if you're trying to get money, what do you want money for? Do you want money to look like you got money, or do you want money to do what you got to do in life? I don't wear nothing to catch nobody's attention when I go outside. I don't want nobody looking at me when I go outside. That's a fact. Anybody will tell you. That I want to be undetected. I don't want no eyeballs on me. That's not healthy in 2026. But go ahead. In 2026, you better tone it down. When this economy keep going down and the prices keep going up and people get more desperate, go on out there. Go ahead. Go out there with all that. Watch what happens. You ain't got security like Jay-Z. You out there butt ass naked. These dudes be going out here with these fancy cars and stuff and be getting followed home. Boy, listen. Man, let me tell you something, G-Rock. Boom. You're like, okay, nobody gonna follow me. Boom, boom, boom. You pull up to a restaurant. You get out of a real expensive Jaguar. Boom, you get them to park it for you so you safe. You and your wife go in the restaurant. The people at the restaurant to do the parking, they go park it right down there. Right? They're sitting right there. They at the front door. They see it. They ain't paying. As soon as they turn their head, Apple tag. Me and the guys come. Apple tag. Turn the phone on. And go to your crib. Holler at you when you get home. Yeah, Apple tag. Up under the bumper. Boop. You come out, you super safe. They pull a car right up in front of the restaurant. You get in, it's all good. Your wife got her little diamonds on and stuff, but there's more shit in the house. If you got that on outside, we can't wait to see what's in your house. Apple tag. This is what they doing out here. See, when you're in the streets and you get out the streets, when you're in the streets, you get dudes that go legal. They start construction and shit like that. They go this way. Then you got dudes that go worse that way. You stay in contact with all of them. So I got friends that's going this way. They doing, professional stuff. I got friends go that way. They Apple tagging cars. They tying people up. They walking people into their cribs, taking all their shit. Sophisticated crime to the highest level. Ladies, you need to check your car for Apple tags. They put the Apple tag on your shit. Nice car. Wonder what you got at the crib. Boom, you own. Remember the girl from Housewives or one of them? They was all on the damn thing, showing they went on vacation, went and stole all their Birkin bags and everything. When she came back from vacation, the house was empty. They all on this shit, showing everything. You ever notice I don't show nothing? You ever notice I only show these albums? You ever notice I don't show no bathroom, no nothing? Nobody know where I'm at. You ever notice I don't show nothing? Why you think? Because you got professionals that look to see where you at. They come take everything you got. You are all on the phone. Yeah, me and my boo on vacation. Oh, you left your crib. They in that bad boy. You just told everybody you out of town. You know how we do? I go on vacation. I film the vacation. Guess when I post it? I post it when I get back. When I get back, I'm like, yeah, I'm out here enjoying myself in the Bahamas, or I'm in Atlanta. So you a hater. You run around Atlanta looking for me. Pharaoh in Atlanta right now. Yeah, I'm in Atlanta right now. Boy, I've been back. This video old. When I post I'm in Texas, I am not in Texas no more. I post as soon as I leave. Yeah, I'm in Texas, y'all. I show the restaurant everywhere I'm at. Yeah, this one I'm at. I'm gone. It's social media. Social media. The social media. Listen, social media is exposing everybody. Credit cards. I don't like credit cards. When you go to the credit card thing, you better peel that off of that. That ain't the real credit card thing. They sticking a thing over that. You just raked your credit card and they just cleaned your credit card out. If you going to the gas station and you using your credit card at the pump, they're going to empty your whole account. That is not the scanner. It's a scanner on top of that scanner. Stop scanning your shit. Use cash. I wasn't supposed to be giving y'all game, but, that's where we went with it. So when you watch my lives, you watch them to the end, they're going to be different than what the titles say. I'm just giving these people game over here, For the young people, you want the money to live comfortable. You don't want the money to look like you got money. That's played out. That's like some 1990 shit. Looking like you got money, that's over with. You just want to have money. You got to make up your mind. What is you doing it for? Are you doing it to be comfortable? Are you doing it to show out? And especially you men, because when you got to have this super expensive shirt on to pull a chick, she a gold digger. Yeah, of course she's not going to stay with you because she only got with you because what clothes you got on. She don't even like you. You went and bought $5,000-$6,000 worth of clothes, and she see the sweater, she see the expensive shirt, the watch and all. That's the only reason shorty hollering at you. And as soon as she can milk you for some funds, she gone. And she might got a man already that's sick to own you. Hold on, we're gonna finish in a minute. Boy, they'll sick these chicks on you. Listen. They got a hustle where, you get these baddest chicks that dudes can't believe want to talk to them. You drop them off at the club. They go in the club. You can't believe she being all extra with you. You take her back to your crib. She got the Apple tag on her. They follow her to your crib. She go to pee. She unlock your door. By the time you hear the DD for the door, where they opened it, it's too late. Come in your crib, take everything you got. It's ruthless out here. All that flaunting and all that, them days is over. All them super expensive cars, super expensive clothes. I know you want to feel like, you worked hard and you want to enjoy it, but do you want to put yourself in danger? You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to enjoy yourself without flossing. Flossing is not really enjoying yourself. That's a false concept. That you got to, that's a false concept. You understand? But this is what they teach you when you're coming up. They teach you that if you can come outside and everybody look at what you got, that's enjoying life. But really it's not. That has nothing to do with enjoying life. That has nothing to do with having nice dinners at home. That has nothing to do with no stress of no bills, your stuff getting paid, you at home living good. That has nothing to do with it. When you live in a competitive life trying to show people, oh, look, I'm living better. Look, I'm living better than everybody else. That's not smart. And you want to cut back on your spending for the long haul. You got to check how much money coming in, how much money going out, and then you can't count on the money coming in. So I'm going to let y'all go after this, but young brothers, let me tell you, you cannot count on the money coming in. So never have money coming in and act like that's going to be forever. That's where a lot of brothers make mistakes. They don't consider if that money cut off. And now you got these high expenses and the money cut off. Like back when the droughts used to happen and they would be robbing everybody because there ain't no money coming in. So people estimate when they start making good money, they never think about, they act like it's always going to come in. That'd be the worst mistake. Like the money start coming in 1 year, 2 year, 3 or 4, you start acting like this money gonna keep coming like that for the next 20 years, but you don't know. And that'd be the worst mistake. That's the worst mistake you can ever do, is live according to how much money you're getting right now. That's the worst mistake you could ever make. You got to always live, and you got to count your years ahead of you in life. And you got to add up how much money it take for me to live to be 70 or 80. And if you ain't got that kind of money to cover all your bills that long, but you living like you straight, you a fool. Because you could walk right in that job and they could send your ass home. Now what? You see what I'm saying? A lot of people make that mistake. You shouldn't be taking your foot off the gas until you 50 years old and you got enough money to live to be 90. But if you making money, you 20, 30, 40, and you ain't thinking how long this money gonna last if this cut off, you're gonna be like the millions of others that lose everything. Every time you look up, you see Hollywood stars, you see all these people broke. Most of them be broke. Most of the people get money. If you see them 20 years later, they broke. 98% of them broke. Because for one, they live a lifestyle with too much money going out. Too much money going out. And then they not sure how long money gonna be coming in. You're not sure how long it's gonna come in. I can show you a whole bunch of big drug dealers now that's broke, was making hundreds of thousands, broke, struggling, losing everything, lost all their buildings, lost all them cars, lost all them girls, all that gone because they never did calculate how long this gonna last. It was just buying shit. Not to mention the ones that didn't take care of their health. And now they all in the hospital sick as shit because they put that before their health. I'm telling you real stuff I really know for real. So it's like when it comes to money, think on the long term. And don't be showing nobody you got no goddamn money. You got to be happy with the money. Stop trying to make other people happy that you got money. Stop trying to show somebody else what kind of shirt you got on and all that. You want to get the money or you just want to show the money? You a real hustler. You just want to get the money. If you getting the money and you flossing, you ain't no hustler. You're not no hustler. You're a bozo. It's about getting money. It's not about letting everybody know, hey, look, I got money. No. Because when you let too many people know you're doing good, then all kind of satanic and witchcraft start coming out to mess you up. People start chanting for your downfall. So you don't want them to know you're doing good. That way they won't chant against you. I'm telling you some esoteric stuff now. When they know you're doing good, they put the mojo on you. If they don't know what you're doing, they can't hate on you. They can't put no energy against you. I'm telling you. If they know you're doing good, they all chanting against you. Everything is against you. Even your wife will start acting crazy when you're doing really well. Man, you could be with a woman and coming up and going to school or whatever, whether you're going to school to come up, going to get your education, she cool. Soon as you get there when you're getting a lot of money, she'll start acting a goddamn fool. Ask somebody. The more they get closer to really being comfortable, the more fool they wife at. Ask somebody. And you looking at her crazy like, what the hell's wrong? What's wrong? We doing good. She acting like y'all flat broke, stressing you out, complaining about bullshit, and we'll cheat on you with somebody that ain't got shit. Sure will. Now you come home, your Rolex missing. Her boyfriend got it on. Think I'm lying? Soon as you start doing good, everything go against you unless you keep it low key. And that's what's really wrong with the black community. Everybody want to show off what they got. They want to show it off, show it off. They go put the white men I know that show off, they took a beating. But the white men that I know that really didn't make no changes where nobody could tell, they do good forever. They don't make no changes where nobody could tell. They don't want to look like the richest dude on the block. They just want to look kind of regular. They won't buy that real expensive Benz or whatever. They living in a nice neighborhood. They'll buy the little BMW that don't look like much, like the plain one. So it's still like fits the neighborhood, but they will not go and buy a car better than everybody else. Because they know as soon as they do that, a competition gonna start on the block and in the neighborhood. And they want to go under the radar. It's like I got a friend, he got a lot of money, he live in a nice neighborhood, but his house ain't the best house over there. When you go in, it's real nice. It's a nice house, but it don't look like he the best over there. And he got a garage with 2 doors here and 1 there. And he never opened that 1 door. And one day he took me out, he wanted to show me one of his cars he had. But when he did go in, he went through the 2 doors and went over. He didn't open that door. And when he went over, there's a car cover on it. And it's a nice Bentley. It's a Bentley. And he told me, I said, so, you drive it out? He said, hell no. He said, me and my wife, we sneak it out, like late at night or something. He said, I didn't want these assholes to see this. Don't start hating on me. That's what he said. He said he don't want none of them assholes to know he got that Bentley or know he rich. Because he said he'll start having problems. I said, are you serious? He said, yeah. Never let them see what you got. It's all right to get it. It's all right to use it in a way where you're comfortable to use it. But your neighbors especially, never do better than your neighbors, Pharaoh. That's what he told me. He said, never let your neighbors see you doing better than them. Always be the one nobody paying no attention to. What he told me, he said, let me ask you something, Pharaoh. Do you want to have a lot of money or do you want a lot of people paying attention to you? I said, damn. You want the money, not the attention. Remember that. Look, what I got on. He just had on a white shirt with a little alligator on it and some regular pants. You would never know this dude is filthy rich. You would never know it. Filthy rich. You would never know. He don't want nobody to know. He said, I don't want the best car. I don't want the best house. And my wife got some nice jewels in the safe. But we only wear that when we go around people we really know and trust, a lot of people that's already got a lot of money, so they don't care. She cannot wear that around regular people. She can only wear that around other rich people. I said, damn. He said, yeah. When she puts her jewels on, we going around people that all got jewels like that. But when we going around the regular family, the rest of our family members, we don't wear none of that stuff. See, I'll be listening to a lot of older people and shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially a lot of white men, because they've been successful already, and they tell me the rules of uh, of how to be successful. They say, you ever notice? Have I ever got fired because of a jealous supervisor? No, because I haven't had a job since 19. I haven't worked for nobody since 19, like, what, 81, 82? One of them. I only work for myself. I ain't had a supervisor since I was in my 20s. Now I work for myself. All these years I work for myself. The freedom I've had working for myself is worth all the money y'all all got put together. If you take all the money y'all got right now, I wouldn't trade my life for none of that shit. Because you've been a slave. You've been going clocking in your whole goddamn life. And the money you got, I would not trade it to do what you're doing. Hell no. I've been free. Something you wouldn't even understand. If you got to drive somewhere to work an hour and an hour back, that's 10 hours a week you was on the road. 2 weeks, that's 20 hours. 3 weeks, you've been in the car all day. You've been in the car all day just to get to work for 3 weeks, over a day. If your commute is an hour both ways, you've been in the car for a day. You know what I'm saying? On my soul. I hope y'all learn from this, though. You know what I mean? And Nicki, back to Nicki. I support Nicki because she got to do what she got to do not to get deported. I ain't going to hate on her to do what she got to do. And then I don't hate on people based on their political affiliation. I'm totally against hating on people just because they support Trump. To me, that's foolish. Like, that's crazy. Like, they got the right to support whoever they want to support. What I look like mad at you because you support who you want to support. That's crazy. That's fanatical. That's fanatical. When you get to the point where you hating on people for their political choice, now you crazy. Now you're doing too much. You know, politics in America went to the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Imagine me hating her because you want to vote for Trump. You tell me that's not crazy. That's absolutely crazy. For sure. So I'll be talking about that probably in the next couple of days too. The political situation. The political situation has gotten totally ridiculous. They say, "Well, Trump gonna do this and that to you. Trump only gonna do what you let him do. So if you're gonna sit there and let them dog you, then they gonna dog you. But if you ain't gonna let them dog you, they ain't gonna do shit." So I am not scared of Donald Trump or MAGA. None. I don't believe none of the fear taxes on no damn MAGA. I don't believe none of that stuff. I don't. And the Democratic political people that's constantly talking against Trump, why would I listen to them when they let Sleepy Joe be in there 4 years, knowing they should have sat his ass down after 6 months? So the Roland Martin and all them can shut the hell up. Where was they when Biden should have sat down? You understand? Now you the big time Democrat political fools, but you never did nothing when you had somebody who was too old to be the damn president, falling down, Air Force One, falling on his bike, falling everywhere. And you let him stay in there. Nobody don't really talk to these Democratic weirdos that ain't being responsible for Trump being in there. Trump is in there because you fools let that old ass man be in there. Okay? Now tell the truth and shame the devil. Y'all let somebody in there that shouldn't have been in there. Okay? So what we doing? We doing fake? We faking now? Keep it real. What we doing? We doing fake stuff? Keep it real. When you let somebody be in there too damn long. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. The Democrats need to shut the hell up. Now I said, y'all let that man stay in there until he messed up at the debate. And when he messed up at the debate, then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. Come on now, keep it real. How you let this man be president? I mean, they don't want to tell the truth. We know what's wrong with American politics. They're taking all the money. They ain't got no term limits. They're letting people be in there till they 5,000 years old. That lady in the middle, they had her in there. She couldn't do nothing. Look at her. They still had her in office, looking like that. Can't do nothing. She was basically a skeleton. Mitch McConnell still falling all on the ground. What can the Democrats say? They let them people stay so old that the young person was too old. They put a younger Trump in there, and he 8,000 years old. You know what I'm saying? They put a young Trump in there, and he's 8,000 years old. Make it make some sense. Latinos ain't the reason Trump's in office. Trump's in office because they left this dude in there too long. What is you talking about? Trump is in office because they got a bunch of old, neither one of them, a bunch of old. This who he was running against. How could he not get in there? By the time they put Harris in there, it was too late. They waited till this man totally fumbled at a debate and tried to rush a presidential candidate and put that lady out there with no preparation and nothing. Right? Put that lady out there with no preparation or nothing. Nobody gonna tell that part, Matt, including you. Nobody's honest. I just won't be listening to none of y'all. Y'all know damn well they let that man stay in there until they had a debate and then tried to rush and put Harris out there, which made it easy for this one to win. If they would have took some time, they could have easily found a candidate could have beat him. No, they left him out there, and they only panicked when he got totally disrespected at the debate, and then they rushed and threw Harris out there. So that's why I don't be listening to people like you, Matt, because people like you are dishonest, and you never tell the whole story. You always tell half the story, and I always make sure that my subscribers learn the whole story. Anybody knows that it was clear that Biden wasn't even, Biden should have been sat down 2 years before the election started. So you ain't going to say that, Matt? You ain't saying nothing. Biden should have been sat down. Harris should have been the president, and she should have ran as the president. That's a fact. So all that, what Trump is in there now, that's because you left him in there 2 or 3 years too long. He was after 1 year in office, he was unfit. If you ain't gonna say that, Matt, you're phony. Biden was unfit after 1 year. Then they would have had 3 years to prepare a candidate. They tried to prepare a candidate against Trump in just a couple months. They just threw Harris out there with no preparation time. And that's why she lost. Now, if you ain't going to be honest like that, Matt, be quiet over there, because I ain't going to do nothing but block you. So I'm not letting nobody come over with no half a narrative. Tell the whole narrative. Biden should have been out of there after 3 or 4 months in office. Anybody could see he not going to be able to do the job. There's no way that man should have sat there almost 4 years falling down and all of that. That's why I don't be want to talk to nobody in politics, because these people that's on this side, that side, they liars. They tell half a story. I'm the only one going to tell the whole story. Matt trying to tell half a story. The story is that he was in there so long that the person behind him was also too old. How many times I told y'all that? If you leave somebody, if I'm 40 and you put somebody in there and let them stay in there 20 years, hell, by the time they get out, I'm 60. You wasting my life. So what you understand is when you let these old people stay in politics too long, the people right behind them end up too long. If I'm 50 and you 30, and I become a congressman, and I stand there till I'm 90, your ass gonna be 70. So I wasted your whole life because they left me in there till I'm 90. So I'm 50, you 30. They leave me in there till I'm 90. So now when I'm still down, you 70. That's what they do in American politics. They're making all the contemporaries be old. By the time they get out the way, everybody under them is old too. That's a fact. You up under them, and they waste 50 years of your life waiting to get this house seat or whatever. I showed you the picture. Look. Now, how many young people didn't get these jobs that they held forever? Keep it real. Matt, speak on that. How many young politicians didn't get these seats because of them? Because this Feinstein chick was like almost 100. If you ain't going to speak on that, be quiet. They blocked the youth. Yeah, you ain't keeping it real. I don't want to talk to you. Yeah, I want to talk to you. Let me talk to somebody that's honest. I don't want to talk to you. Yeah, I want to talk to you. You're a fraud, Matt. You're a fraud. Anytime, let me tell you something too. Anytime you're talking with somebody and they don't address what you said, and then they address something different, don't talk to them no more. Because somebody like Matt is a disrespectful person. Because if he say A, and then I say, yeah, B, C, and then he shall say D, and he don't address what I said after I address what he said, I don't want to talk to him no more. He's a fraud. Why would I want to have some type of conversation with somebody that never addressed what I said? Just say something different. Get your ass out of here, Matt. You're not worthy to talk to me because you're not really a person that discuss anything. You're a person that only want to keep saying your side. And anytime somebody bring up a good point, you just ignore it and just bring up something else. I don't deal with people. I don't talk to people like you. I talk to people where you say A, I say B, then you say C. I ain't gonna talk to nobody. I say A, you say A, I say B, then you say K. You don't address what I said. You just bring up another point and just ignore what I said. Why would I talk to you? You're a fraud. Matt, you're a fraud. You're not an honest person to discuss the issue. You're dishonest because you're stuck on your belief system. So you ain't going to have no intelligent discussion. You just going to push your agenda. So what would I respond to somebody that's hell-bent on just pushing their agenda? I'm not going to respond to you. Not only am I not going to respond to you, I don't want to hear what you got to say, just like you don't want to hear what I got to say. You don't want to hear what I got to say, Matt? You don't want to respond to what I got to say? I don't want you saying nothing over here. For what? You don't want my response, so what the hell? I'm going to let you keep typing over here, and then I respond, but you don't respond to me. Get your ass out of here, Matt. Bye. Bye, Matt. Until you become a big man and a real person, really discuss something and respond to the person responding to you. If you're not going to do that, you're a fraud. You're just an agenda pusher. So don't come over here like you want to have a discussion and you're just an agenda pusher and you don't want to hear what the other person got to say. Get your ass out of here. Y'all never debate with nobody like that. Only debate with somebody that respond to what your last thing you said. But if they just try to say something different, that's you just wasting. It's just here we go around in circles. Here we go around with the head up in the sky. You're just wasting your time with that person. That's a waste of your time. You don't want to waste your time with nobody that ain't gonna never get nowhere. What you want to talk to them for? I'm not gonna get nowhere talking to him, and I'm definitely not gonna let him come on my platform and filibuster. And you ain't coming over here filibustering, bro. Get your ass out. Bye. Now, when you're ready to have a discussion like a real man, then holler at me. But if you want some little boy shit, get out of here. It's Big Pharaoh over here. I have discourse with somebody. I'll talk with somebody, but they got to, when they say A, I say, what about B? They got to address that. They can't just say, well, C. And I say, oh, what about D? And he's like, E. Oh, hell no. You ain't going to never address nothing. And when you got a person like that, they know you stepping on them. They can't address what you said because they shut them down. So rather than address it, they'll just keep bringing stuff up because they losing the discussion. They can't respond to the discussion. So they're going to play games. And life, you ain't got time to, I ain't got time to play games with nobody over here. If you really want to talk about something, yeah, but if you fake talking, you got to go. I'm not doing fake conversations that just as an agenda pushing. You think it's a conversation, but they're just an agenda pusher. Oh, hell no. Go work, go get a job with some campaign and do that. You should be outside with flags saying, vote for this person. That you would be better doing that. you know. Now he's not being nothing. He's being a fraud. He's not being no elite liberal. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. What I'm saying is fraudulent. I'm talking only in terms of discussion. I'm not talking in terms of liberal, elite, nothing. I'm talking in terms of a discussion. It don't matter what side you are. If you can't have a discussion and you can't address when somebody addressed what you said and you can't respond, nobody gonna want to talk to you. Who gonna want to talk to you? Who's gonna want to talk to you? Nobody. Because everybody's gonna want you to respond to their last statement. You can't say a statement. I can't say a statement and then you ask me a question. I don't respond to your statement back. I just make another statement. Who gonna want to talk to me? If I make a statement and you bring up a point about the statement and I don't address your point and I just make another statement, you would put up with that? I just ignore what you said and make another statement. You'll put up with that? Huh? No. Anytime you're in a discussion and go like that, just leave, change. Okay, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk no more. Next, change subject. Change subject. Change subject. I don't want to talk no more. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk no more. Because people will use you as a soundboard just to say what they want to say. That's it. They're not paying no attention to what you're saying. They don't care what you're saying. They're using you to make a statement. Statement A, statement B, statement C. They're not going to respond to nothing you say. They're using you to push their propaganda. Bees are like vampires, right? Like leeches, like that's that dark energy. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't call them honest people. You would call them kind of snake. It's like snaky. They talking to you as if they want to have some discourse, but they don't. They just using you to say propaganda A, propaganda B, propaganda C. You thinking it's a discussion. It's not. It's just them determined to just say all they talking points and they don't intend to respond to you. You thinking it's a response. I'm thinking I'm going to say this, then he going to say that. Nope. It ain't that kind of party. So then, seeing you don't want to respond, shut up and don't say nothing over here. Turn your mic off. Click up. You know what I'm saying? Turn your mic off. Boo. Don't y'all ever get in no discussion with anybody that's not openly listening to what you said and responding to your last response. It could be your wife or your husband. You know, you ever had a wife or husband and they say this, and then you respond, and then they just say something else? This is a person hell-bent on arguing. You're never going to settle that with them. Just stop talking to them because they're not wholeheartedly discussing with you. They're not. You're just wasting your time. And they're not respectful, because if you respond to them, a respectful person would what? Respond back to your last comment. That would be respect. That would be honorable. Dishonorable is they say something, you respond, and then they say something else. They don't respond to your response. That's disrespect and that's dishonorable. Don't ever talk to people like that. You're just wasting your time. They don't want to hear what you want to say. They just want to say what they want to say. Why would you waste time with somebody like that? Why would I talk to you when what I'm saying you don't care? You don't care what I'm going to say, so shut up talking to me. Don't ask me no questions. Don't say nothing to me if you don't want to hear my response. Shut up talking to me. You don't want to hear my response? Shut up. I don't want to hear you at all then. See what I'm saying? The feeling is mutual. Shut your ass up. Next subject. Next. You know what I mean? Next subject. Don't ever, young people don't ever get caught up with that type of debate. Don't ever, anybody that didn't listen to your last, anybody will tell you, G-Rod tell you, if G-Rod say A, and I say B, and G-Rod say C, he'll tell you, I'll respond to C. I will respond to exactly what he asked. Anybody tell you over here, I'm going to respond to whatever you asked, I'm going to respond. And then when you say something else, I'm going to respond to that. I'm not going to just say, I'm not going to just ignore and don't respond to what you're saying. I'm going to respond to what you say. I'm going to be like, yeah, but bop, bop, bop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just make another statement. You know what I mean? I think, you know what I mean? Imagine if I just made another statement and never addressed, when you address and say, well, Pharaoh, what about this and that? And then I just make another statement. You'll be like, okay, Pharaoh's full of shit. You know what I mean? That's not no good dialogue. Like, what the hell? The purpose of us having this is for dialogue. You want to hear what people got to say. You want to hear, you want feedback when you live stream and listen. I want feedback. I want to hear somebody say something and then respond, and then they respond, and then I respond. And as long as we really responding and it's good information for the viewers, we can do that for a minute. But if it get to the point where they making sense, I'm going to be like, you're right. Or, yep. I'm not going to just ignore that you made sense just to, no. I won't even do that for me. I will not do that. I will not ignore nothing that makes sense so I could be right. That's whack. That is whack. That I could never do that. I could never ignore nothing that makes sense so I could. I don't know. That's weird to me. Like, That's how I learn a lot, because once you write, that's the end of it. I don't gotta I don't gotta be right, because I don't believe in right and wrong. I just believe in the answer. Whatever the hell the right answer is. I deal with the answer. I don't deal with who says the answer. I don't deal with that. I don't got to say the answer. I don't deal with that. We just need the answer. I don't give a damn who said the right answer. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter to me if you said the right answer. You know what I mean? What the hell that matter to me because you said the right answer? That don't matter to me. Like, no, you can't say the right answer. I gotta say it. Oh, hell no. Hell no. I can't do that part. I can't do that. I just can't do that. I just can't overlook no shit that make no sense. I just can't. And sometimes I don't get it. So I'll say something else because I don't get it. It makes sense, but I didn't get it. And it's up to you to break it back down to me. I'll be like, oh, yeah, I see what I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Once I see what you're saying, I am not going to pretend I don't see what you said. That's what people do. I can't do that. Once I see what you're saying, I see what you're saying. I'm not going to be like, I see what he's saying, but I'm act like I don't see what he's saying. That's some crazy shit. You can't be wise like me if you do that. To be wise like me, you just want the knowledge. You don't give a damn where it comes from. To be wise like me, you don't have to know the answer. You just want the answer. I don't give a damn where it comes from. It don't gotta come from me. And to be wise like me, you'll change your mind and you'll take the answer. So if G-Rod say if I said it's go left and G-Rod prove it go right, my new statement is like it go right. This is how you get to where I'm at. I'll flip flop quick. You right, go right, and now it's go right. Go left is out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm always right. Because I had a lady ask me, she say, "You think you always right?" I said, I am always right. Always, I am always right. Because if I'm wrong and you right, now I'm saying your shit. Yeah, that's why I'm always right. Because when you say something and you right, I take your stuff now. What I said, no, that's how it is. This the new thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. As soon as I hear the right answer, that's my answer now. So I am always right. If you give me the right answer, now that's my answer. I swear to God, when you give me the right answer, now that's my answer. So I'm always right. Oh, what I said last time. No, I don't say that no more. I don't say that no more. But you said it 2 seconds ago. Yeah, but we don't do that. We do this now. This is my answer now. The right answer. That other one was the wrong answer. That is not my answer. That is not my answer. That shit I said 2 minutes ago, and then G-Rod said the right answer. That shit I said, that ain't my stuff. That's not my stuff. My stuff is this stuff. What he just said. That's what I'm on. I'm always right. Always. Yeah, people, you better pick. I'm always right. Because when I'm wrong, I take the right side. I don't be like, oh, I'm wrong. I don't fight to still be right when I'm wrong. I just steal the right stuff. I steal your right shit. And now that's my shit. Why would I keep saying the wrong stuff, make the wrong stuff be my stuff when I could steal the right stuff, your stuff, and make that my stuff? I could take the right answer, and now that's my answer. The right answer. That's how I always be right. Because I'll flip flop in a minute. If you make sense, I'm flipping. All you got to do is make sense. And I flip quick. When you don't do that, you know what we call it? Stuck on stupid. When you constantly fighting your point of view after the other person showed you what they saying is right, you are stuck on stupid. I don't be stuck on stupid. I flip flop as soon as you make sense. I throw my other stuff in the garbage. Quick. Whatever I said, I would throw that away 2 seconds. I don't care. What do I care what I said? I don't care what I said. You know, I don't care what I said. That doesn't mean nothing to me. Y'all got to stop being scared to take the other point of view. What difference do it make? Think about it. You're so scared when somebody that showed you this makes sense. You're so scared you just want to hold on to what you were saying. Although this makes sense. Y'all got to be like me. So you see me 2 weeks, I'm saying this. They said, but last week you said that. Yeah, but that shit, oh, that's right. That shit wrong. I'm saying this stuff now. Oh, I'm saying this. That's not a hypocrite. That's learning. When you learn, when you know better, you what? You do better. You gotta be open for somebody to show you. No, it's this and that. And you might think and say, you know what? You're right, just like we did today. Somebody said Luke, and I said, Luke, you're right. Luke is the first one to do it in the South. Case closed. I'm not gonna be like, no, it's the Ghetto Boys. No, it's Luke. All right, that's that. I'll come and talk about something else. I support Nicki Minaj. Yep. She MAGA. She don't want to get deported. She says she support Trump. I support her supporting Trump because I'm a person. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. So if she thinks she's scared, she's going to get deported out. And then another thing, too. It don't scare me because you support Trump. That's some other weird stuff. I don't know how that's supposed to bother me that somebody support MAGA. Because I had a dude, he said, well, you know, why you going to say about Nicki? Nicki support MAGA. I had a lot of people say they support MAGA and Trump going to do all this stuff and all that. I said, well, see, that's what the problem is. He going to do all that shit to you. Trump ain't going to do shit to me. That's why, no, I'm not scared of Trump. Trump only going to do what the fuck I let him do. Trump ain't gonna do a goddamn thing to fuck me up. That's a whole nother conversation. Ain't gonna fuck your punk ass up. Trump ain't gonna do shit to me. What did you talk about? You're like, you should be scared of Trump. Trump gonna get you. I'm like, get who? Trump gonna get who? Pharaoh, you need to be scared of MAGA. They gonna come get you. No, they not, bro. No, no. Now you're going too far. Now you're going too far, talking about MAGA gonna do all this to me. Now, I don't believe that part. So I'm not really scared of Trump like that. Yeah, I'm not scared of MAGA. What they gonna do? They can only do what you let them do. Listen, we Foundation Black Americans, we ain't Venezuelans. Okay, we not Venezuelans. America got a long history of fucking around and find it out. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Fuck around and find out. You know, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Play then. If you think Foundation Black Americans is a joke, play. Let's see. Until then, hey, we straight. To me, I'm not scared of MAGA. I ain't scared of MAGA like, oh, MAGA gonna get me. No, they not. It's been proven they not. They came to Chicago to get the Venezuelans. They're like, they're going to get y'all too. No, they ran around here and they left. They didn't never come in our neighborhood. They didn't play with us. No, nobody said, you know what? MAGA didn't go to Chicago playing with black people. Nobody said nothing. You act like you didn't see they didn't play with us. What if they get too crazy? They not going to get crazy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They not going to get crazy. You got to be like a black Chicagoan to see. What I see from Trump, other people don't see. I see he don't want to play with us. You can see it. But other people don't see that. But somebody might see it. He going all out his way not to play with us. He going all out his way not to play with us. And some of that black stuff he getting rid of is not really against us. Listen, some of that black stuff that he getting rid of is not really anti-black. He just trying to make it where he don't want to do black and white. You just American. I understand from his point of view why he getting rid of specific black stuff. I understand that. He feel like that's too divisive. It's just American. You understand? Nobody want to be honest about that. See, you see all this black stuff he taking down? Nobody want to admit that you went around taking down white stuff. You went around taking down white statues and Confederates. That's where you made your mistake at. Ain't nobody gonna let you take down white heroes and not get in there and take down your black ones. But nobody want to admit that. I was totally against them taking down all them white statues. I was against that. I thought that was stupid and that was a bad idea. Whether you like it or not, whether they was racist or not, they still are American. That's American history. So when they went and tore down all them white Confederate statues, they should not have did that. That is still American history. There was Confederates. Well, you want to erase that it was Confederates? Seriously? If you took down every president and shit that was a racist, that's still American history. Am I right or am I wrong? There a whole bunch of the presidents was racist. So you're going to take them all down? So then he got on there, so I'm going to take down your black stuff. That's what really happened. They shouldn't have took all them statues down. Them statues wasn't bothering me. I didn't care nothing about them statues being in Grant Park down there, them white dudes. I didn't care nothing about that. I don't feel like that was no insult to me that they had some white dude that was some general. They said, well, Pharaoh, he didn't like black people. He was still, that's American history. A white dude that don't like black people. That is American history. What are you talking about? Yes. Yes, if you're going to remove them, they're going to remove you. Yes. Yes. All of that removing black stuff was a response to tearing down all that Confederate shit. I did not agree with that. That was a mistake. That's U.S. history. If I was white and you took down them white men, I would want to take down the black men. Period. Well, we're going to take your black stuff down. At what point do you want to erase history just because the history was this way or that way? It's still history. And if it's a white man that fought for the South and put his life on the line in America for what he believed in, leave his statue up. Dude died for that. He still put his life on the line for what he believed in. Why you taking dude's statue down? Why you taking Confederate soldiers' statue down when the North was on some bullshit? That war didn't have nothing to do with us. That had something to do with taking their land so they could bring the cotton gin down there and taking that land in the South and bringing us up here to work for the factories. That didn't have nothing to do with helping us. The Civil War didn't have nothing to do with helping us. The Civil War had everything to do with they didn't need them no more. They got cotton gins and they wanted to have industrial farming. They're like, we don't need y'all motherfuckers no more. We need these blacks up here now, and we taking this shit. That's what the Civil War was. The Civil War was the North saying, we don't need slaves no more. We need the black people up here. All this cotton coming up here. Who gonna take care of all this cotton when it get up here? That's a fact. That didn't have nothing about doing no freeing no slaves. That had something to do with transferring the labor where the labor needed to be transferred. It was the industrial era. They needed the labor up here. They didn't need all them people down there in the country with all that land. They was able to work with more land with machineries now. So what you need all them people for? When you got industrial tractors, cotton gins, and things that could water more crops, you don't need that. You didn't need slaves no more. What you need slaves for? That's a fact. They making our young people stupid. They ain't teaching young people the facts. The Civil War didn't have nothing to do with none of that. It had everything to do with they needed the blacks up here. They didn't need the blacks down there. Simple as that. I'm the only one gonna tell y'all the truth. They did not need the blacks down there. They were starting to have machinery that could do all that. That machinery could do all that. Now they got all this work up here. Who in the hell gonna do the work up here? Exhibit A. It don't look like they needed us up here. Look at all this cotton. Too much cotton coming up here and they ain't got nobody to process it. Look at all this cotton. So now they ain't tripping over picking cotton. They need factories. They need somebody to make sweaters, socks, clothes. They need people up here to process the cotton. They need factories. So then all y'all grandparents and stuff came up north what? To work at the factory. They need people to drive buses, cabs. They needed that work in the north. As the North started making money, they're like, we need them people up here. And look today, it's industrial farming. They don't need people. That was the beginning of them not needing people, right? You can see the results. They didn't need men to plow no more. They started making better tractors. They start They didn't need you to put pesticides down. They had airplanes fly over and dust the crops. They were beginning to have machinery to do the work. They needed you up here for this process. This is the best picture to show you why they didn't need you in the South. Look at all that cotton. Y'all think them few men could get that cotton out of there? No. How many people they was going to need to do something with this cotton? That's why this is one of the greatest pictures ever, to really show you why they had the Civil War. They needed you up here. Because over the years, they end up with the steamships, right? So the cotton's coming up fast now, up the Mississippi. So now the cotton's coming up here faster. They don't got nobody up here when the cotton get up here. Who gonna process it when it get up here? Who gonna process the tobacco? Who gonna process the food? Who gonna process the stuff coming from down there? We got bigger tractors. We got better equipment coming. They didn't just make the cotton gin. They made a whole bunch of stuff from that period on. That was the beginning of what? Industrial farming. When I used to go to Alabama, they were still increasing. My grandfather was able to do more. My mother's father was able to do more than my father's father. Because now that my grandfather had these tractors and all this new shit. He didn't have to have no oxen he didn't have to have no ox to plow no more. They had tractors to plow, right? When they had oxes, men used to have to go and guide the ox to plow your great-great-granddaddy's or great-great-great-granddaddy stuff. By the time your granddaddy came, they didn't need oxes no more. They had tractors. You know how much more work they got done with tractors? And then with the tractors, they started making parts to go on the tractors. So the tractor could throw down seed and everything. They didn't need people to go and put down seed. Once they made that tractor, they started making parts that you can hook to the back of that tractor, fill that thing up with seed, and drive it, and that thing, throw all that seed out there. So what you need people for? You don't need people no more. What they don't teach the young people is the industrial age was an age where they was making hella machinery fast. Trust me, I'm telling you, my daddy born in 1931. Do you know how much machinery they made from 1931 to 1971? And them 40, shit. Think about it. How much improvement did they make with machinery from 1931 to 1941? How many cars was Ford and Chevy putting out from 1931 to 1971? You telling me they didn't need people to come up here and work for Ford, Chevy, Oldsmobile? They needed you down there for cotton? Or did they need you up here to work for Chevy, Ford, Oldsmobile? They need you up here to work for Ford, to work for Chevy, to work for Cadillac, Buick. They making cars now. When we was little, my daddy had the old cars with the round, right? When we was little kids, like 4, 5, my daddy had the old black car that had the round top. By the time we was like 6, 7, my daddy had the Ford, the more new car. By the time we had a certain other age, my daddy got a Buick. We get a little older, my daddy got a Cadillac. They just was making them. They needed you up here for that. And then when they need all these people up here to work, right? What they need? They need bus drivers. They need train operators. They need cab drivers. They need people work at book factories. Who's going to make all these magazines? Who's going to make all these Hostess fruit pies? Who's going to make all the Hostess treats? Who's going to make all the cereal? Who's going to make all the bread? That was my era, right? So if you know my era, when I was growing up, they needed people up here to make all this stuff that y'all parents, or if you my age, all that stuff you was getting, that's why they ended slavery. They ended slavery so they could have Fruit Loops, Cheerios. Who gonna make it? So then you had, why'd they have baby boomers? They needed you to have some babies, goddammit. Think about it. All of a sudden, you had all these babies. Why? They wanted you to have these babies. Because what? They needed manpower. So I get right out of high school and work for what? W.F. Hall Printing Company, making what? Paperback books. Who gonna make the books at the school? That's why slavery is. To get up here and make books, build cars. They don't need you down there on the farm no more. That could get taken care of with machinery. The industrial age is the reason they ended slavery. Facts. That's why I'm the realest alive. That's why this is a channel everybody should be watching. Tell everybody this is a channel they should be watching. You don't get it no realer than this. It's the real history, all right? All right, support the channel. I need to get some more donations. Deuces.